right. See, I do have a different shirt on today. I haven't buttoned it up yet this morning, but it's another shirt, another pair of pants, and I did clean up, so I feel a bit better. Sinuses are clogged up. Um, can't find a remote to the TV. Turn it down. So I don't know how I'm going to do that, but maybe just have to turn it off. Um, do that. All right, should work. Anyway, had a lot of bit of troubles here lately. Everybody, once again, every time I try to let people help me out, ends up making my life just harder until I realize, hey, I just have to get it done myself. Um, and It's rough because I do know, like I said, there are a lot of people out there that have families and people in their lives that don't do that to them. And I also know that there is no way that I can be behind all the evil stuff that's been happening in my life. And I'm not telling you this for you to believe it. I'm not telling you just for you to feel sad about it. For me, I'm telling you this for the person out there that's going through the same thing like this with me. They might understand they're not alone. Because I know I'm not the only one. I know that the evil forces are not just out there just attacking me, but they are not attacking everybody. Some people are guarded against them, and those are the people that have people that are still behind them to kind of help them out to make sure that's not happening. I do know that the bad actors will keep the good actors away in your life once they take control completely. And I do know they can get that control, all right, a little bit at a time. All right, they get it by making you look like you're something you're not, and then they continue to do so until it's just that's just what everybody thinks. And when everybody that's good thinks that, their job is done, and all they've got to do is sit back and watch and laugh. I've had to quit hanging around in large groups of people, all right, that most everybody can get around in and hang out in because of the bad actors that are coming in and making it look like I'm not trying to do the right thing. I've even had to stop going to church. I hate to say it because of the bad actors. Everybody that goes to church is not a Christian. I also know that Christians act a certain way. And once I pretty much have identified them as not being what they're saying they're going to be, then I have to cut ties with those people. Does that mean that everybody else thinks they're a hell of a person? Yes, everybody does. But I'm telling you, that hell of a person will flat out laugh at some people, all right, that don't need to be laughed at. They'll berate people that don't need to be berated. All right. I've been told boo-hoo before by some of these people that I thought really should be going, Pat, let's help you out. And they told me, boo-hoo, poor me. Well, listen, that person was standing and walking on 2 feet. The person was breathing without any difficulty. The person was able to take care of all their ADLs on their own without any assistance from others. All right. I try to take care of all my ADLs on my own without assistance of others. sometimes when circumstances occur, it requires me the assistance of others for a short period of time to keep everything back in check. And when the people I'm asking to help me out with that are making me feel guilty because of it, they're not the people they say they are. I miss my church. I miss the church my mother and my father introduced to me as a child. I feel like if I'd have continued to go through that church, then I wouldn't have picked up all the bad actors I picked up, but I picked up bad actors along the way, and they don't want to let me go. I'm not going to be very long with this today because I didn't really prepare it. The only thing I did do was clean up and change clothes. Really, that's the only preparing I did today. And hey, some days that's a really good thing for me to do. Some days that's a real big step. And it's just like my videos and my podcasts, for a while there, it's getting a lot of views and what have you. Now I'm not getting any. Could be because I'm just rambling or just whatever. I don't really care, but I'm going to continue on. I'm going to continue to say this. I'm going to continue to ask for this. I'm going to set up a GoFundMe account because I do need some assistance. I need some assistance to take care of things in such a way that I don't have to rely on a bad actor to come in and do it. That I have to weigh the good against the bad to have them help me out. I need to be able to get somebody in that is going to do it for money, all right, and pay them to do specific jobs, all right, instead of relying on somebody to come and buy out of the kindness of their heart. When the people that I've come in contact lately, the kindness of their heart is really just an act, all right, to play their bad role. And then come along and say, poor Pat, poor guy, this is what he's trying to make it look like. He's just abusing the system and whatever. I'm not abusing the system. I haven't even been allowed to use the system. All right. I need the things that are available to the people in my position for some reason are just not available to me. So I've had to do whatever I could to try to get by. And so I'm hoping I'll figure out how to get that GoFundMe set up so that maybe some people can help me out that are good actors. So if you're a good actor, keep me in your prayers. If you're a bad actor, I pray that you soften your heart. I pray that you stop doing that to people. I pray that you stop doing it to me. And also pray that other people don't have happen to them what's going on in my life. Because it's unnecessary. And it hurts my heart to know that there are people out there taking advantage of other people and doing what they're doing to me for their enjoyment and their pleasure. I'm not going to give them the enjoyment and pleasure today of letting them back in my life. That doesn't mean I'm not going to point it out to some people, all right, so that maybe they can learn to identify these people. And it doesn't mean I'm not going to point it out so that maybe I might get assistance. But I am going to try to quit letting them get the enjoyment out of doing what they've done. All right. If you screwed all my stuff up while you're supposed to come out and do something nice, I'm going to try to make sure you don't come back, And I'm not going to point out your name because I've learned that when you're trying to point out the bad actors, you're giving them the information they need to get around you and put another one in their path. So be nice to yourself. Be nice to somebody else. Trust in God. Have faith in faith. You know, love your animals. All right. Take care of your families. All right. Be there for them. All right. If you got some friends and they've said something that hurts your feelings, you know, find out whether or not they didn't have something going on. All right. Something didn't happen before you just cut them off and throw them to the wolves. All right. Because let me tell you what, they cutting people off and throwing them to the wolves. Those wolves have been eating my ass up, and I'm tired of them. All right. One time I even tried to commit suicide. It got so bad, but I was like, no. When it didn't work, I got to the hospital. I realized I was here for a reason. I still realize today I'm here for a reason. All the struggles and strifes that I go through is all right. You know what? Look, I've got some clothes. For right now, I've got electricity. For right now, I've got a place to stay. For right now, I've got some groceries. All right. Don't know whether or not I will tomorrow. All right. But that's tomorrow. And all I need to worry about is just today. I need to worry about serving God today. I need to worry about taking care of myself today and doing something good for somebody else. That's all I need to worry about. Well, taking care of my dogs, it's expandable. But and I can still smile and I can still laugh. All right, and I'm not paranoid today. That's a plus. Man, that's more than a plus. That's a massive bonus to not be paranoid with all this shit going on. It's just it's phenomenal. But I'm that way simply because I've identified the bad actors today. Not all of them. There's some. Oh, yeah, there we go. Still there. Not all of them, and there'll be more. You know, they're going to creep in. It's a tag team event. I found. Um, it's kind of like flying monkeys, or they're almost like drones. Yeah, so I hide that. Running around. You got people with big money that are playing this game with me. All right, that offer all kind of people money, all kind of people jobs, just so they can sit back and laugh. Well, we're going to cut you off with your sit back and laugh type situation. One way, somehow, it's, it, you know, if nothing else, in the end, when I go with my Father, all right, to live in my heavenly bliss, all right, I know that actors such as yourself don't have the capability to ask for forgiveness, not from an individual, and certainly not from God, because you think you are. Well, I'm not God. I'm just a lowly individual, and I do ask for forgiveness from an individual and from God. And by doing so, I'll be in the golden gates, brother. I can't wait to see all who's there. All right. And I probably won't recognize the ones that aren't. It's just not going to be important. So, if you're a Christian, somebody asks you to pray with them. There's power in prayer. If you're not, go ahead and laugh at them and think it's funny. That way they can figure you out. All right? That way they know just where you're coming from. Because when they know where you're coming from, they can take you off the list. So, if you've been removed from my list, you probably earned it. And if you were removed off my list and you actually did something, that you think you should be patted on the back for because you helped poor Pat. Whoa, poor Pat, I did this for him. Well, if you did that, great. But if you did something mean and nasty in the process, or made me have to go through 7 layers of apologies to get you to do it, then you really didn't earn that pat on the back. So don't break your arm doing it. But I'm sure you can get a whole bunch of other people knowing that you're such a good person to pat you on the back as well. So I'm not looking for a pat on the back, not looking for a leg up, looking for the same thing everybody wants, and that's love and respect. You can give that to me, great. Can't, that's good too. So anyway, I digress. I just keep going around in circles because that's the way I am, especially when I just get up. Me and Tink's here. Tink's just laying around. See, there she is. There's my Tink. And there's Queenie. And you're waiting for me to kind of take my medicine, eat my breakfast, and get my butt on the move. So anyway, try to support my GoFundMe account when I figure out how to do it properly. I really need it, and I could use your support. So if you know what I should do and how to do it, please get back with me and let me know how to do it in some kind of comment or something. It'd really be helpful because I've never been able to do it or figure out how to do it. I'm just not. I'm challenged in a lot of ways. There's a whole lot of things I could have done. There's a whole lot of things I did when I was younger that I was able to figure out because the world was a whole lot different then than it is today. Some of this high-tech stuff, I do the best I can to try to keep up with it, but I can only do what I can do. I suffer from CRS, and that means sometimes I just can't remember how it works. So, like I always say, trust God. Be nice to somebody else. Have a great day. See ya.